Case study of McDonald's. McDonald's, who in the world hasn't heard of that name? It is, after all, the second best restaurant chain. There might not be a hospital or clinic nearby, but you will definitely find a McDonald's. The cheap budget restaurant has a menu with a lot of tempting things to eat that make you want to try them all at least once. It's like a worldwide force that can't be stopped. And this burger giant serves more than 75 burgers every second. Have you ever thought about how it all started while eating a burger? How did a company get so big and become the favorite of most people around the world? No? Who thinks that while they're eating? But what if we tell you that there are so many crazy things about your favorite food giant that will surprise you in a go? Yeah, we know that now we got your attention. Welcome to Money Magnets. In today's video, we will tell you a few secrets about McDonald's. No, they are not secrets, but if you like McDonald's, you should definitely know about them. So let's get started. The first McDonald's was a small food stand called the Airdrome, which opened in the 1940s. In the late 1930s, Richard and Maurice McDonald, who were known as Dick and Mac, moved their family to California. There, they struggled to make ends meet while Dick and Mac worked as handymen for motion picture studios. They also opened a movie theater, which did not do very well, but they saw that the nearby hot dog stands were always busy, so in 1937, Patrick McDonald and his friends Dick and Mac opened a food stand called the Airdrome. It was named that because it was close to a flying field in Monrovia. The Airdrome sold hot dogs at first, but it grew to sell hamburgers for 10 cents and orange juice, all you can drink, for 5 cents. By 1940, the business was doing well enough that Dick and Mac could move it to San Bernardino and call it McDonald's Barbecue. Before Ronald McDonald became the company's mascot, McDonald's had other ways to greet its customers. Speedy, a fat little man with a head like a hamburger and clothes like a chef, was the first mascot. The two McDonald brothers who started the business came up with a way to deliver food called the Speedy Delivery System. This made it possible for people to eat fast food today. With signs like custom-built hamburgers coast to coast and I'm Speedy, the mascot also served as a logo for the restaurants in their earlier locations. When Ray Kroc decided to get rid of the Speedy in favor of something that would attract more customers, Fred Turner, who was in charge of McDonald's at the time, drew the first version of what would become the famous Golden Arches. Ray Kroc put in place strict rules and guidelines for franchisees after he bought the chain. This meant that all McDonald's facades had to be updated regularly to keep their signature uniformity. But one old branch has kept the beauty it used to have. The oldest McDonald's that is still open is the one at 10207 Lakewood Boulevard and Florence Avenue in Downey, California. It was the third one to open in 1953 and the second one that the famous McDonald brothers took over. Since it was licensed by the McDonald's brothers before Ray Kroc got there, they didn't have to follow his rules. The building still looks the same as it did when it was first built. It has 2 yellow parabolas on each end and the original mascot Speedy is on the sign in front. It's hard to think of anything but hamburgers and fries when you think of McDonald's. American fast food at its best. But there was a time when tacos and burritos were also associated with the name McDonald's. One of the strangest things about McDonald's that many people may not know is that when Chipotle was first starting out, McDonald's owned most of it. Chipotle Mexican Grill was started by Steve Ells in 1993 in Denver, Colorado. A fellow board member put him in touch with a McDonald's business manager. So the story goes, he took Els to a McDonald's board meeting where Els brought tacos and burritos, which the board loved. Over the next few years, McDonald's put a lot of money into Chipotle, which helped it open 500 new restaurants across the country. At its peak, almost 90% of the money was invested. But because McDonald's and Chipotle wanted to go in different directions and other things, McDonald's sold all of its shares in Chipotle in 2006. You now know who to thank for the Chipotle around the corner. McDonald's has been a popular place for kids' birthday parties for a long time, but that wasn't enough for people who like the fast food chain. In 2011, McDonald's Hong Kong began to help its customers plan weddings. Traditional wedding packages start at much lower prices. For as little as $500, you can get a full 2-hour arrangement that includes an MC, catering, McDonald's-themed gifts for guests, helium balloon wedding rings, and an apple pie tiered wedding cake. That's not all either. Customers can choose from one of 4 large wedding packages. McDonald's spokeswoman Jessica Lee said, "Many customers tell us that McDonald's is where they first started dating. is McDonald's where their love story started to grow. So, if you love Mickey D and these crazy facts about McDonald's, the Yellow Arches might be a good place to get married. Under Ray Kroc's leadership, McDonald's began to grow quickly. In 1959, 68 new places opened. Lou Groen's in Montfort's Heights, Ohio was one of them. Groen's business was bad, and the fact that 87% of the people in the area were Catholic and didn't eat meat on Fridays made things even worse. He was having a hard time taking care of his family. When he got there, he saw that a nearby Big Boy restaurant was selling fish sandwiches. He went to work and made a simple fish burger with 2 slices of cheese, then told Ray Kroc about it. At the time, Ray was working on his own meatless option, which he called the Hula Burger. It was a burger with a piece of grilled pineapple and cheese. They decided to sell off the land. On Good Friday in 1962, 350 Filet-O-Fish and only 6 Hula Burgers were sold. The rest, as they say it, is history. Another business tycoon was working hard while Ray Kroc was building his fast food empire across the United States. Walt Disney was riding high on the success of his early motion pictures and in the year 1954 unveiled his big, bold plans for Disneyland. Kroc opened his first McDonald's around the same time in Des Plaines, Illinois. After he bought out the McDonald's brothers, he wrote to Walt, whom he had also met while serving as a Red Cross ambulance driver during World War I, saying, "I have very recently taken over the national franchise of the McDonald's system. I'd like to know if there's a chance for a McDonald's in your Disney development." The story goes that Disney wanted to buy the park, but Kroc wanted to raise the prices. Kroc refused to do so his patrons and the deal fell through. No one knows if this story is true or not, but the similarity between the 2 most successful businessmen of all time makes this one of the most unlikely facts about McDonald's. As collectibles, the limited edition toys that come with Happy Meals sells for hundreds of dollars, and you can see why. Without the magic Happy Meals, going to McDonald's was not as fun for kids. Yolanda Fernandez de Cofio, a franchisee in Guatemala, came up with the idea for the Happy Meal. She called it the Menu Ronald, and it came with a burger, small fries, and a sundae for kids. It got to the people in charge of McDonald's, and they decided to add a small toy, and it was a success. At first, they sold McDonald's-themed toys like the McDoodler stencil and the McWrist wallet. Later, they teamed up with big companies like Disney to sell movie-themed toys. The Happy Meal is still going strong with about 1.5 billion toys sold around the world. Not sure about you, but I think this is one of the cutest facts about McDonald's. If getting free food at McDonald's is your dream, I have one of the most interesting facts about McDonald's for you. If there's anything better than McDonald's burgers, it's a golden ticket that lets you eat them for free. Over the years, the card has become something of an urban legend, and only a very small number of people, like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, have access to it. Some franchisees have also given out these cards, but not to everyone. But if you don't care about connections, McDonald's has also held sweepstakes with 1 or 2 lucky winners. So hang out at your local McDonald's for long enough, and who knows? You just might get to hang out with Buffett and Gates at the McClub Club. Purchasing Power Parity, PPP, is a macroeconomic measure that looks at how much a standard good costs in each country. It is used to compare the income levels of different countries. The Big Mac Index was made up by The Economist in 1986 as a semi-funny, informal way to measure PPP. The goal was to make the theory a bit easier to digest. For the Big Mac Index, the Big Mac is used as a standard because it is pretty much the same everywhere. This measure has become a common way to compare prices, showing once again that McDonald's facts have something for everyone, even economists. Now that fast food is being looked at for how bad it is for your health, all of the big chains are taking a hit. Even McDonald's hasn't been left alone. The chain is struggling with low sales, lawsuits, and sustainable practices as the emphasis on healthy eating mounts. It's not clear if this small red and yellow chain from California will change to stay in business or if it will just fall apart under its own weight. And that's it for today, guys. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to get the latest updates about the freshest and interesting content that we keep on posting.